Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Cooper and I'm the owner of Purely Budgets, a small budgeting business over on Etsy. Today I'm going to be planning out my check, which I received on Thursday. So if you're interested, just stay tuned. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. Right now I have my budget binder in front of me. I did receive this budget binder from that Budget Babe. I will go ahead and link it in the description down below. But I did get this on her TikTok shop during Christmas time. And I have been using this since January and I've absolutely loved it. So that's what I'm gonna be using today. I'm just gonna rearrange some things real quick. Okay. So this is your paycheck spending plan. There is a second page to this. So this is just page 1 and then I will flip it over later to show you page 2. But I'm gonna first start off with page 1. At the top, we have our income. This is where you're gonna put your date, the source of your income, how much you are expected to receive from your check, and then how much you actually received. Down below, it's gonna have your rollover. So this is how much you expect to have left in your account by the time you receive your check. And then this is how much is actually in your account and then your total income with those two added up. You got your fixed expenses, your variable expenses, the subscriptions that are due, and then your debt. And then down here you have your fixed and variable expenses. You add all this up and then you take it away from your total income. I usually just skip past that just because it does vary. I do leave majority of my money into my account. So I will talk about that though as I go and why I kind of leave that portion out. So I'm first gonna start off with the income portion. I am gonna just scratch this out because I have already received my check, but my check was $1,579.94. And I have everything off to the side on what I need to put in here for my bills. I'm also gonna scratch the date out and the source out. The reason I scratched the date out is just because I do receive paper checks from my doctor. So when I cash those, it does take a few days. So I cashed it on Thursday. I didn't receive my check until today, which would be Monday. When I post this video, it will be Tuesday. So that's why I'm just gonna scratch the date out and the source. I'm also gonna scratch out the rollover and I'm just gonna start fresh with the $1,579, actually. Let's see. I'm just gonna scratch out rollover and I'm just gonna put my exact total, what's left in my account by the time all this is said, which is $2,289.38. I'm gonna put this in my calculator real quick. Okay. In my fixed expenses, I'm gonna go ahead and start with my rent and phone. I do combine the two, just that's because how I pay it. This is for the this is gonna be for July's rent and phone because they're due on the 1st. So I just budgeted out every 2 checks because I get paid bi-weekly. So I'm just gonna do my half of that, which is going to be $350. I know I will be giving an exact $350, so I'm gonna go ahead and just put that in there. I haven't paid it yet. I'll probably pay that either tonight or tomorrow. And I just give it to my partner and they pay it on the 1st. The next one that's gonna be in there is going to be my car payment. So I will have my car payment taken out of this check. My car payment isn't due until the 7th of July, but it does come out of this check, and that's gonna be $300. And once again, I know that this is gonna be an exact 300 that's gonna come out of my account, so I'm just gonna put 300 there. I don't have any more fixed expenses that are gonna come out of this check, so I'm just gonna move on to my variable expenses. In my variable expenses, I do have 2 credit cards that are gonna be coming out. The reason I put them in variable expenses over my debt payment is going to be because I pay off my credit cards as much as I can. Typically every month I pay them off, but the pricing of that and the payment always changes, so that's why they're in my variable. My first one is going to be my Discover credit card. And then my second one's gonna be my Bank of America. I'm just gonna put BOA just to keep it short. I know that this has already been paid, and that was going to be, let's see, it was $42.26. And I did pay that $42.26 all the way through. My Bank of America, I'm gonna do $40 because that's what I need to do. It's a little more than my minimum payment, but I only have a balance of $46, so I'm just gonna pay the majority of it off. And I've already moved that over, so I have moved over an exact 40, but it's not due until the day that this is posted, which will be Tuesday the 25th. I don't have any subscriptions, so I'm actually going to scratch that out here. And then I have paid off all my debt, actually. I did have some student loans that I took out in the beginning of me going to college, and they started collecting interest in January, so I did actually end up paying those off. I think the total was $3,500, I wanna say, but I did pay that off by the beginning of June, actually, so that was actually really exciting. And then I'm actually going to scratch this out too, because I don't use this portion of the thing. So I'm just gonna add this all together. I know 350 plus 300 is going to be 650. Like I said, I already know exactly that I'm gonna be paying 350 and an exact 300, so it's gonna be 650 even. Down here, let's see. This is going to be 82.26 and then 82.26 because that's gonna be what is exactly paid. So from my balance that's in my account right now, which is $2,289.38, I'm gonna subtract my 650 from it and the 82.26. Okay, so that leaves me with an exact $1,557.12 to work with. I am going to flip this over and show you guys the second page of this portion. On the back side, we have our sinking funds, our high priority funds, our low priority funds, and then our savings challenges. I'm actually going to scratch out some of these as well. I don't use low priority funds, and I'll talk about that as I get close to that. Savings challenges, it's all within my budget binder in my cash envelopes, but I include that into my sinking funds because I just take a small portion of my check out just to fill those envelopes. So I'm gonna scratch that out as well. And then you got your monthly total at the end, which once again, I don't use the first one, so I'm not gonna use the second one. Here, like I said, we have our sinking funds and our high priority funds. This is what we're gonna be focusing on. The first portion of this is going to be my sinking funds, and I'm just gonna put that it's my cash binder because that's what I use my sinking funds for. Like I said, I include all my sinking funds into one denomination just because that's how much I take out. I will show you guys at the end the total and the reason why I'm only taking out a small portion, but I know I'm gonna be taking out $360 for that next cash stuffing, which will be next week. And then my high priority funds, those are gonna be my Roth IRA and my high yield savings account. Those are high priority to me. The reason they're my high priority is because I don't put into a 401k with my employer just because I've just chosen not to. But because I haven't, I now put into a Roth IRA and into a high yield savings account. So let's see, so I put into my Charles Schwab, which is going to be, let's see, what did I budget that for every 2 weeks? It's gonna be $30. Once again, I do put $30 in there exactly. That's every 2 weeks. So like I said, I get paid twice a week, or not twice a week, twice a month. So if we have a total of four paychecks or 4 weeks into a month, that's gonna be $60 a month. And then I put into my high yield savings account, which is BMO Alto. It's all online, same thing with Charles Schwab. I do $25 a week, so that's $50 every 2 weeks, so $100 a month. So I'm just gonna put 50 once again, and then the total of that is going to be $80. And then let's subtract that from that total that I have left in my account, which is $1,557.12. I'm gonna subtract that $360 and then that $80 as well. And that leaves me with $1,117.12. I do have that $1,000 into the account, and the reason I'm not taking any more than $360 out is because my next check is actually going to be a little bit smaller because I do have the 4th and the 5th off for July 4th. and I don't take PTO for those days, so my check will be a little bit smaller, so I'm gonna leave that extra money in there for a buffer and just to have for my next check. And hopefully I have that remaining by the next pay period, so that my next cash stuffing after this one will actually be more than $360. So like I said, by the end of this, I should have $1,117.12. And that actually concludes the budget planning for my check. I did want to show you guys a new product that's going to be launching in the shop. I will have it uploaded already by the time this video is posted. But I did just want to show this to you guys. So this is going to be my new savings challenge. It's a bingo card actually. And it's only denominations of what's on a dice, so 1 through 6, and then in the middle you have your free space. I put that as $10 or a 10, so you can determine how you want to use it, whether it be an exact 10 or a denomination or multiplication of whatever you roll. So say for example you roll a 4 and you want to times it by 10, you can put $40 in there. You can play this however you want to play this. It's just something fun to do. I will include a new dice in the shop. This will be included, or not included, but this is something that you can do optionally if you want a dice for the roll the dice challenge or for the bingo. I know I'll be using it for the bingo. The way I'll be using this is I'll just roll the dice about 4 times, whatever the number is that is on the dice, I'll go ahead and color it in on the bingo. And I'll do that every check until I hit bingo. When I hit bingo, then I'll stop the challenge and unstuff that money and put it into the account. But I did just want to show you guys this because like I said, this is going to be new. This will be already in the shop by the time that this is posted. So I would definitely check that out. Okay, and that is the end of today's video. I appreciate you guys and thank you for staying till the end if you have. Make sure to hit that like, subscribe button, and then also make sure to turn on all notifications so you can be notified when a new video is uploaded. Other than that, see you in the next one.